In less than 24 hours, Tower of God Season 2 will be airing. So let's get caught up on the crazy tests, schemes, and betrayal the first season gave us. We were introduced to Bam, a boy who lived in a cave with no memories of his past. His only solace was his friendship with a girl named Rachel, who taught him about the stars and the tower that promises everything to those willing to climb it. But one day, Rachel receives a calling to climb the tower, leaving Bam behind. Determined to find her, Bam embarks on his own journey to climb the tower. Approached by Hedon, the guardian of the first floor, Bam faces his first test to break a ball without getting hit by a fearsome white steel eel. With the help of Yuri's legendary sword, the Black March, Bam overcomes his fear of death and passes the test, moving on to the next level in the tower in search of Rachel. For the second test, Bam navigates a dangerous game of alliances. Khun, a cunning strategist, saves Bam and teams up with him and Rak to pass the test by forming a last-minute alliance. Determined to reduce the number of participants, the test administrator Lee Roro creates a test to see who can pass through a wall of Shinzu. The fact that Bam was the only one that wasn't pushed back by the wall of Shinzu caught Lee Roro's attention. Lee Roro also took this time to warn Bam not to get too close to Khun. Test 3 is overseen by the administrator Yuhan, where the participants must choose the correct door within a 10-minute time limit. While in the waiting area, Bam's team was provided with a hint about completing the task within 5 minutes because those who didn't seemed to fail. This participant was actually secretly informed by Yuhan to see if it would hinder them or help them. Khun was deep in thought and internally struggling. We get to see a glimpse of his past in this moment and see a girl named Maria, who Khun might have had feelings for, but might have used him to make her way up and become a princess of Jihad, and Khun's mother, who advises him to not trust anyone, revealing his past betrayal and abandonment by his own family. So 1 second before the clock struck 5 minutes, Rak kicked open a door and they passed the test. While the current participants are climbing the tower, another round of participants enter and must navigate the bloodbath orchestrated by the administrator Quaint, leading to all but 3 participants surviving their second test out of 400. Lee Roro offered a bonus test where teams must compete in a series of rounds to claim a crown and earn the right to climb the tower. But this will not harm their current ascent if they fail. While waiting, Bam notices Rachel is there. Turns out she was part of the only surviving team of Quaint's test. During the 5th round, we're able to see Bam's potential when he releases a burst of Shinzu to protect Rachel. But the test still ends in a stalemate, and Bam ends up losing the Black March due to a bet he made with Anak. We learn that Anak is driven by revenge for her father's death. Her mother was a princess of Jihad and broke the sacred rule that states princesses cannot bear children to prevent the spread of the king's great power. This led to her father being assassinated by the other princesses. After that test, each participant is given a role. Fishermen are those who fight within close quarters. Spear bearers are those who control and kill enemies from a distance. Light bearers illuminate the tower and distribute information. Scouts investigate enemy movements from the front lines and assist the fishermen. And wave controller, the directors of battle, support and control of the battle whenever Shinzu is used. Bam, embracing his role as wave controller, formed a contract with the guardian that tells him it's not a contract, but a shackle. Khun takes on the role of light bearer and Rak as a fisherman. We see friendships flourish as Bam and Khun help Hats and Shibuzu with a scouts project to befriend a certain number of people by getting Anak and Endorsi as their last needed signatures, creating an alliance between Bam, Khun, Shibuzu, Hats, Ho, Serena, Rak, Endorsi, Lorowi, and Anak. The last test is an intense game of tag that splits the remaining 28 participants into 2 teams and pits them against the administrator's chosen it, which happens to be Quaint. Rak and Ghost pass their position test, so they have enough points to bypass this test. There are 2 ways to win this. The team can steal the badge from Quaint and earn double points, or the team can get their it player to the goal. But if Quaint is able to steal the team's badge, it is an instant loss. The game is high stakes because each player will get their own individual points, which will affect if they pass or fail. But only 4 out of the 6 fishermen can pass, and only 2 wave controllers can advance. Knowing that Lorowi is guaranteed to pass, that just leaves Bam, Gray, Ho, and Waryun, who inform Khun that she will not be advancing. Khun's team's plan is to steal the admin's badge, but with the help of Lorowi, Khun betrays their team right before they were about to win. He did it to help Bam's team, because most of the people people on Khun's team had enough points to pass anyways. As Team B takes the stage and Dorsey steps up as the leader, but she turns on her fellow fishermen, ensuring her own spot among the chosen few fishermen. Meanwhile, Ho, driven by desperation by a mysterious note, holds Rachel hostage. His ultimatum? Bam must face Quaint or Rachel pays the price, with the words from the note stuck in his head. If Rachel leaves, Bam leaves. In a heart-stopping moment, Quaint freezes Bam with his Shinzu technique, then whispers to Bam to use this technique on Ho to buy him time to save Rachel. In a shocking turn of events, Ho accidentally stabs Rachel. Bam, fueled with desperation and newfound power, copies Quaint's technique perfectly, freezing Ho in place and surprising Quaint. Ho ends his life, leaving Bam and us stunned in silence. But the test isn't over yet. In a battle of wits and skill, Dorsey faces off against Quaint. Both have badges, both wanting to win. With a clever plan and tactic of distraction, Dorsey snatches Quaint's badge, securing victory for Team B. We learn that the puppet master behind these events is none other than Khun. It was Khun who planted the note for Ho, manipulating events to eliminate competition for Bam. He even enlisted Quaint's help to keep an eye on the unstable Ho. In the aftermath, we find out that Rachel has lost the ability to walk. Luckily, Ghost was given to her by Head-On as a protector and a second chance at life. So Bam vows to continue climbing the tower and decides to bring her along. Bam ended up passing this test alongside with Laura Wee, the only two wave controllers, along with Khun, who happened to be the only light bearer due to the fact that Rachel's injuries disqualified her from continuing to climb the tower. Khun approaches Yuhan with an audacious request, a chance at the Guardian's test to allow Rachel to continue the test. Yuhan states that only an irregular can take the test. Bam, our innocent, wide-eyed hero, is revealed to be an irregular, someone that wasn't called to the tower, a being with the power to shake the very foundations of the tower. The rest of the participants are faced with a choice: help Bam and be labeled accomplices to an irregular, or abandon their friend in his hour of need. Every single one of them chose to stand by Bam's side. And so, with the weight of his friend's trust on his shoulders and the eyes of the tower upon him, Bam steps forward to face the Guardian's test. As Bam and Rachel enter the Guardian's test, they find themselves in a treacherous underwater world. The rules are to survive being hunted by net dolphins and avoid the dangers lurking in the depths. But barnacle goblins and their giant wetworms are out to steal the dolphins' prey, as well as striped earth pigs who prey on both the net dolphins and goblins. Getting caught by them means instant failure. If that's not enough, the bull, a monstrous creature that devours anything that moves, is also lurking around the grounds. But an unexpected intruder entered the test. Ren, a mysterious assassin, approaches Anak, dangling her mother's necklace as bait. In a shocking turn of events, Ren steals Anak's prized possession, the green April sword. But the betrayals don't stop there. Ren orders Dorsey to kill Anak, forcing her to choose between her duty and her newfound friendship. Dorsey returns Anak's sword and Anak gives her the Black March. Together they face off against Ren. Just when it all seems lost, a new player enters. Princess Yuri herself steps in, saving both Anak and Dorsey from Ren's wrath. But the surprises just keep coming. It seems Yuhan knew about this all along, including Ren's presence. Meanwhile, Bam and Rachel face their greatest challenge yet. The bull, secretly controlled by Ren, charges towards them. Bam is swallowed whole by the beast. In a display of raw power, Bam attacks the bull from inside, emerging victorious. The victory seems so close, but in a twist that none of us saw coming, Rachel stands on her own 2 feet on the bubble platform, and with a single push, Rachel sends Bam plummeting into the abyss, leaving us stunned and heartbroken. In the aftermath of this betrayal, we learn the shocking truth. The tower wasn't calling Rachel at all. It was Bam all along. And so a deal was struck. Rachel would put an end to Bam, all for the chance to climb the tower herself. As Bam grew stronger, made friends, and mastered Shinzu, Rachel's jealousy festered, until finally she saw her chance. With Bam presumed dead, the other test takers rally around Rachel, vowing to help her climb the tower in Bam's memory. Frustrated with what occurred, Liroro and Quaint quit and set off to uncover the truth. We're left with one final mind-blowing revelation. Not only is Bam alive, but he's still stuck on Rachel. So Harun offers to train him so he can continue to climb the tower and uncover the truth. What a wild ride this season has been. From shocking betrayals to mind-bending revelations, we've covered it all. But wait, if you enjoyed this recap and want to stay up to date with all the latest news, recaps, and reviews, hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and join our growing community of anime fans. And hey, let me know in the comments what you think will happen next season. Will Bam confront Rachel? What new powers will he develop? And what is waiting for our heroes at the top of the tower? Until next time, bye!